I wanted to take the time to highlight one of these fun drills that we did with the kids at Coach Fisher's Blackhawk camp. This is our go drill. We've got over here Luke Hahey. Luke's a class of 2015 Hawk. Uh, Comes back and trains from time to time. Good ball player, great attitude, good leader. And he's playing against Joey here. And one of the things that you know I tried to stress to the kids who came to camp on Tuesday was, if you move at 100%, you're more likely to be repeatable with what you do. Anything you do at 50% or 80% it isn't as consistent as something that you try to do at 100%, which is why rule number 2 was swing as hard as you can. It's more repeatable. The mechanics are cleaner if you're giving it 100% all the time. And there's other added benefits to that, increased bat speed over time, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things that I highlighted with the kids is this arm bar here. And, I didn't get a chance to work with Luke too much last year. By the time I got to Bethel, it was kind of late in the winter workouts, and I never really tinkered with anybody's swing. I was afraid at the time if I messed with people's swings, there would be a learning curve period, and we didn't have time for that. The season starts, in late March, and there was just no time for that. So I drilled around some of the kids' strengths and weaknesses to try to make them better and faster with where they were without tinkering with mechanics too much. But I wish I had had Luke, a little bit earlier, because he's got such a powerful swing and he does a lot of really good things. But mechanically, there's a couple of things he doesn't do that would make him a more consistent hitter. And I wanted to illustrate why, despite being, much heavier and much stronger than Joey, he's not beating him to the ball here. And it's strictly a matter of how he uses his top half. After he hears me yell go. And what you're going to see here is, excuse me for a second, let me clear this up. You're going to see that already his lead elbow is bent. Now, if you're in the stretch position, your elbow should be relatively straight. In fact, Joey's is a little bit bent too. I think that's because he wants to be, he's cheating a little bit here. But watch what happens when I yell go. You'll see that both of them, their hips flinch a little bit. And as I move this forward, you're going to see Joey's arms straighten out. See that? So right here, what's happening is you're going to see Joey's arm get in this straight position right there. Okay? Whereas Luke's remains bent. If I can put an arrow on Luke here. So even though Luke is closer to the ball, because he doesn't have that radius, which is what we talked about last at the clinic with the kids yesterday. So some of my new followers, you young guys, if you can follow along with this, hopefully this will make sense to you. Because Luke doesn't have that arm bar to pull him, he takes longer to get to the ball. Okay? So what happens here is, because he doesn't have that strong upper side, not that he's not strong, Luke's incredibly strong. Mechanically, because he doesn't have that strong arm ball to pull, that front side pull that you need, he is late to the ball and is going to rely on his mass, his body, for his power, instead of mechanically relying on his body for power. So he's going to rely on the fact that he's a big, strong kid, instead of using his body most efficiently, which would probably produce, 50 to 100, 50 to 70%. Not 50 to 75%, but 50 to 70 more feet on anything he's going to hit, just on that small movement right there. And you'll see when he gets to impact, Joey maintains his lever because he's not trying to pinch to the ball, okay? And you'll see that up here on top, you'll see that Luke's a little bent on that lead arm, and there's really no reason to be that way pre-impact, because the ball's not inside. We always work outside in, and we're not challenged in, we're on a tee here, so that's kind of why that happens. And you'll see that both, it's good extension from Luke on the top there, both use the ground okay, but look at look at Luke's lead knee kind of go up and out in that direction, okay? Joey does as well, but it's more of an angle towards the pitcher, that back knee drive. Okay, let's see if we get any roll. You'll see Joey roll on his foot right there on his ankles a little bit. See that? And that tells us that he's over the plate. And Luke kind of stops his swing. There's another thing we don't like. Luke stops his swing here, okay, and starts to come back. Now your body realizes that it has from here to here to slow down, instead of where Joey has all those degrees of freedom to slow down. So a smaller guy like Joey, his body says, I've got a long time to slow down from here all the way to there with my bat. So I can go faster here because I can slow down all the way to there. So that's another thing I would have changed from Luke, because unless you're as big as Giancarlo or somebody, Ortiz, you need more degrees of freedom to slow down, because the body will only accelerate as fast as it decels. But I thought this would be worth it to point out to the kids and show them why rule number 2 exists and how it can be beneficial for you as you try to become better ball players and better hitters. That's it.